Well, here in the Northeast, we're really not subject to a lot of natural disasters. So the concept of a hurricane occurring really to us is something that happens in the South and really isn't very much literally on our radar. But in August of 2011, Hurricane Irene was suddenly on our radar, and it was moving up the coast.
You only have to look at the weather maps to understand just how big this storm is and how unique it is, and it's heading basically directly for us.
So Mayor Bloomberg from New York City ordered the evacuation of all hospitals in Zone A. And Zone A in New York City are hospitals which really literally can see water. We're on the river and we're subject to flooding. All of us in VA, through emergency management, do practice drills, and we practice all sorts of things. But in Hospital Administration 101, one of the first things you learn is really don't evacuate unless absolutely necessary. So you've never really gone through the process. You may have done tabletop exercises, but never actually physically started moving acute care patients. Well, in August of 2011, we had to.
Hurricane Irene was actually a very good preparation because we actually did evacuate this campus.
It was pretty frantic because all of the city hospitals were in this corridor here. The three big ones were all evacuating at the same time.
The problem with Irene was that everybody was competing for the same limited resources. We rely on contract ambulances, and contract ambulances contract with a lot of other hospitals. So we were finding that we were kind of low on the totem pile in terms of getting ambulances to move the patients out.
We got the job done, but it took us the entire day, probably about 12 hours, to actually evacuate every single patient.
But it was helpful in that it kind of trained people how to move the patients quickly.
In retrospect, I can say Irene was a great dress rehearsal for what was to come 14 months later in Superstorm Sandy.
We were obviously watching this Sandy, this great storm that was coming up the East Coast. It's going to be a pretty unusual storm, as we had heard. The National Weather Service, we listened to all of the reports, and the Thursday of the week before, we decided to assemble the group and say, okay, what are we going to do? We need to have some reaction because it looked like it was going to hit New York, and it hit us pretty hard.
As the week went on, the forecast became more dire each day, so that by Saturday, the prediction was it was now going to be a superstorm.
Let's talk about this storm and why we think it is going to be one of historic proportions and affect so many million people. Here it is on satellite, just a huge cloud canopy, currently about 523 miles to the south of New York City. The wind field now is almost 900 miles wide. That is absolutely incredible. This very well forecast S path that we've seen for the past several days brings the center within 100 miles of New York City by this time of tomorrow night. Here's the surge. This is one of the big elements and the dangerous elements with this storm. 4 to 8 feet, possibly the Jersey Shore, the South Shore of Long Island. Then 6 to 11 feet for New York City. The National Weather Service in New York says this will be the highest storm surge ever in New York City.
The Saturday before the storm, the mayor gave a press conference.
We did want to bring everybody up to date on the city's preparation and planning for Hurricane Sandy.
What was notable about that was he was not instructing hospitals to evacuate.
Now I'm beginning to wonder, are we really safe in that site?
Martina and I consulted the Saturday night before the storm hit and said, you know what, Martina, you're on the ground there. Let's make a decision and let's go. So I'll support what you feel like you need to do.
And I said, Michael, we need to evacuate. Calls went out that night to the entire network and to all of New York Harbor saying, being at work Sunday morning at 8 a.m., we need to evacuate 127 patients to other sites.
And that was a brilliant decision in hindsight. It was brilliant because we were able to move our patients safely while we still had power, we still had elevators, we could take the whole day to get them out.
One of the things we learned from Hurricane Irene was the importance of creating a very good list of where our patients are going and tracking them from the minute they leave this hospital and ensuring that they actually get to the other location that we've designated.
The computerized patient record system, CPRS within VA, is a great tool to have. I cannot speak enough about how it made our job easier. But the one thing to keep in mind is that each VISTA or CPRS system is unique to that medical center. So my staff, who are now being transferred with our patients to the Bronx, for example, had to get access and verify codes specifically to their VISTA or CPRS system. So that was something we learned, get those up front rather than wait to ensure that there is no delay in patient care.
What's good about our organization is we actually do learn. You talk about lessons learned. We actually learned from the first incident, put in place some corrective action and systems that would sustain us in the future.
When I came in that Sunday morning, transportation ambulances, ambulances were lined up First Avenue right outside our door.
I think that things went amazingly smoothly. We evacuated 127 patients without incident.
The evacuation on Sunday, October 28th occurred between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. So within 10 hours, we had safely evacuated Manhattan and more or less shut it down.
And it worked. I mean, it was almost as though, I don't want to say it was flawless, it was just about flawless.
Monday evening, it was about 7:30 p.m., I was on the phone with the incident commander here at Manhattan, and they were going around checking, making sure everything was battened down as best that it possibly could. And all of a sudden, Miss Jackson said to me, "Martina, I have to go, here it comes." I said, "Here it comes what?" And she said, "The water, here it comes," and that's the last I heard from her.
So this is Chris Walls. He's our Assistant Chief of Engineering, and he was with us the entire time during the hurricane. During the day of the hurricane, we finished our preparations and came down here to the parking lot because we had a window that was loose in the wind and causing a safety issue, so we were trying to resolve that. And Chris actually turned around and said, "Look, the water's coming from around the building." So we turned around, and Chris, what did we see?
We saw the East River actually entering our parking lot from the side of the building here. The water was flowing down and filling up our lowest area. It was a couple inches over here, and it just kept rising. It was a couple inches a minute, I would say.
After seeing the water come and seeing how fast it was filling up our parking lot, we decided to turn around and escape into the building. So we came over here to the building. When the water started coming around the building, we came up these stairs to higher ground, thinking that we'd be safe. And within a few minutes, the water had breached this step area. And how high did it get, Chris?
Later on, about 11 p.m., the water was this high that we noticed. And this is one of the entry points of the building where the water actually came in and started flooding the ground floor.
This is the front of the VA. This is East 23rd Street.
I think the VA is going to be closed down for a little while.
So this is just one room of many along this corridor that house critical utility systems for the building. In this room, we have the water pumps that serve the entire building. We also have one of our pits in this room. So over here, we have our pits, which were filled with water. In fact, the water level was up to here, and once the water receded, it only receded to the floor level, and we had to pump the water out of the pits.
3 or 4 days after we got the water level down, it took us to get all the water out of the pits and the tunnels that surround the perimeter of the building. This is a before picture. This is the preparation we had for the hurricane. We barricaded the walkways. We barricaded, sandbagged the elevator pits here, so the red water coming down there. And whatever water did come out, we had hoses and pumps in the pits ready to get the water out.
This picture actually is of the hallway from behind you, which is where we were running from the water. And you can see some of the barricades here. Within the half an hour, it had come over the barricades, and some of the barricades it had pushed down. This picture over here is of the parking lot. Actually, this shows where the water has already receded. You can see the line here on this door that actually you can carry around onto the wall. That's how high the water had come. So this is our 208 room, which is one of the most important rooms that houses our utilities for the electrical switchgear.
During the hurricane, we had water that came up to here, which put all these breakers underwater.
Essentially, it knocked out every utility system in the building. Electric, water, all the rest of it. Fire alarm systems, all of that were out.
Everything that you think of a hospital from a utility standpoint having was gone. And I now had a Manhattan site which is in total darkness, had no running water, had no heat, literally had nothing that could be manageable.
So we're still down in the basement, and what we used to have in this space was the sterile processing and the primary care clinics, as well as our MRI. We lost all of that.
The water rose to about 4.5, 5 feet, and we could see that water that evening, and by the next morning, the water was gone. But walking down there to see the damage, it was like walking through a war zone. And it was heart-wrenching. You know, you've spent years, doing things on the ground floor and building up the hospital, and to see it completely demolished was really emotional.
One of my staff members had said to me 2 weeks after the storm, Martina, the evacuation was the easy part. The hard part is how do we treat 20,000 patients, veterans who relied on us on an ongoing basis. It's 20,000 who use the Manhattan campus throughout the year. Now we have to worry about how do we continue to provide their health care, how do we know that they're safe.
People talk about the hurricane, and that was one day, and it was stressful, and we made it through. But the real difficult time was the 6 months afterwards, where we had to assess the damage. We had to determine how quickly we could get the hospital reopened. That was the really difficult part.
Since Manhattan was not structurally damaged, what we found was happening where veterans were coming to the site, expecting care. They'd get to the front door of the lobby and realize they couldn't go any further.
We set up tables in the small glassed-in area right in the lobby, where we had probably 5 or 6 people crammed in, and that was our command center initially. And we sat there in our coats and gloves and hats and worked for the first couple of weeks.
We actually had our ER doctors set up in the lobby. Okay, once the building there was limited power and the water was gone, they actually set up in the lobby because there were people still walking in. And we had temporary, mobile exam vans parked out front. So the patients would come in, the docs in the lobby would triage them, determine if it was just something minor that they needed to have blood drawn or something, they'd send them to the vans out front. If it was something where they needed to be seen for something more serious, they would refer them to another VA hospital. If it was something truly serious, we'd have ambulances standing by to take them to Bellevue.
One of the advantages of the VA system is that it is a system. I mean, quite frankly, we needed support from the entire system. And the folks in Washington, the emergency folks, preparedness folks in DC, what do you need? Very, very responsive.
It's very much like a family. When one person is in trouble, everyone comes to their aid and provides any resource that they can.
So there are 2 phases, recovery and reconstitution. Recovery was the immediacy. Assess what's going on, what's your game plan, how are you going to get back to being whole at Manhattan.
The first couple, maybe the first month, it was all about just making sure we got power to the hospital, because we couldn't do anything without that.
We set goals, right? When are we going to start being able to see outpatients at Manhattan? And when will we have inpatient fully operational? We set a goal of April 1st for outpatient care and July 1st for inpatient care.
I think it was a great decision to say, let's just push it as hard as we can. Let's not give ourselves that little bit of wiggle room. Let's try and get it up and running sooner rather than later. And I think that was a wonderful decision to make.
We met the goal before April 1st of outpatient care. We phased in outpatient care starting March 4th and continued through the month of March, so that by April, our outpatient care was all back at Manhattan. We were actually able to reopen inpatient care, which includes the emergency room, on May 13th. So we surpassed both goals, and I have to tell you, not only my veteran population, but my employees could not have been happier.
The lesson learned is be prepared, be ready, get ready for the unexpected. And if you're not ready for the unexpected, you're still going to get it.
The fact that the staff went through this, not once but twice, you've got to get better. You know, it's practice making perfect.
I think the one thing that stands out, and it's not anything earth-shattering, it's what you would hear from any event like this, and that is the communication. You know, and we underestimate how much communication is needed. If you have very few resources here, meaning I had very few people who were working here, making sure that everybody understands what they need to do and how important they are in the overall, you know, success of this, that's critical.
The wonderful thing about the VA is that its mission is pretty simple, you know, to care for our veterans. And everybody believes that, and in a crisis, there's no place better to work because folks just rally. They're just incredible.